So that was a bit of an ambitious leap, actually, going straight from an ale to a lager for your second beer. A lot of breweries tend to stick to one style, don't they?
No, it wasn't, because we'd suddenly realised after 6 months this area is lager.
Okay.
This area is OV, Crystal, and 50. So we weren't selling enough of the Scottish ale to warrant just staying with it, so we decided we'd bring a lager out, which we started off somewhat towards the Pilsner style, somewhat towards a quasi-English style also, which means a lot of English lagers are brewed with an ale yeast till it's within 4 or 5 points of attenuation. They drop the beer from under the yeast and pitch it with a lager yeast to finish it.
Oh, I see.
So you get a very quick fermentation, but you get a lager character coming over. So they're a little bit more full-bodied and a little bit fruitier. We decided that we would go with a yeast that would give us speed, but had no character.
Okay.
Which was very successful for a while, until we got to the point where we were going to change it to a Bohemian-style lager. Then this yeast was too aggressive, through too many esters, really made the lager taste like it was an ale. So we've now changed to a more traditional lager yeast.
Okay. And did you have to change the brewery around a lot in order to do that?
No.
You're not concerned with the yeasts interfering with each other in any way?
We always kept them totally separated, with the exception of one time when an ex-employee, bless him, purposely changed the buckets of yeast around, and we actually brewed a lager with an ale yeast, and we couldn't understand why this lager was so fruity, it was unbelievable. So we put it out to the Say What Beer Festival as Manchester Bitter.
Right.
And it did okay.
Well, there you go.
Another cock-up at Newstadt.
Now, another thing that's usually different between the ales and the lagers is the water that you use. I know you use the spring water for the ale. Do you use the spring water for the lager as well?
We use the same water for the lager. It's not ideal for the lager, but it's not as bad as it could be. It's ideal for ales. The calcium level, the carbonate level is about 280, spot on for almost like Burton water. It's not quite right for lager, so we changed the beer to more of a Bohemian style that will stand a little bit more carbonate in the water,
right?
Because it's a bit fuller bodied to your normal Pilsner style. We've had no problem with it, no problem at all. I don't want to be adding salts and all the rest of it.
You'd rather just use the water straight?
We know it's stable, it doesn't change, it's the same day to day, year to year. The strata out here is predominantly granite in the area and sandstone. A little bit of limestone, but not much. So we don't get that big change in differential in it. It stays very static year to year. It's never changed over 10 years. So I'm happy not to use salts and additives.
It just adapts the beer a little bit.
Exactly, trying to adapt the recipe to the water as opposed to the water to the recipe.
Excellent. Well, let's taste that.
Let's go for that.
And have you found the beer taste the same, making the transition from the bottles to the cans?
I feel it's fresher out of a can. I really do. I know there's going to be a big debate about, and people are saying, oh, we don't want to drink that beer out of a can. We don't drink from cans, we drink bottles. But if they did a taste test, bottle to can, there's very little difference, other than I do think we don't need the carbonation in here that we have to put in a bottle.
Right.
So it softens the beer, and this beer can stand tasting a little softer, a little more muted, as opposed to a big bang of CO2. That all it does is give you the burps. This now doesn't, and this now drinks like velvet.